All right, so hey, we're recording here live. Hey, thanks for you guys coming and joining us today. I got Aaron Rodgers, Nate Meadors, and Kordell Brewster from the class of 2015. This is Sanji Wow, Spartan Words of Wisdom. It's the first thing we've ever done. Coronavirus came and hit, put us all indoors, but it kind of increased our ability to communicate this way. So it was a kind of cool idea to bring these guys back 5 years later from the class of 2015. So to get us started, I'm going to flip through to share the screen real quick with you guys. Gotta pull this thing down so we get all of us on the screen. So this is our first episode, 5 years later, class of 2015. But I do want to start with a shout out to the class of 2020. Unfortunately for those kids, they didn't get a chance to graduate from high school like you guys did. You know, walking through the tunnel, screaming and yelling, the back of the gym, going down the hill, coming into the stadium. Now that's a shot of the new stadium. So you guys didn't quite get to play on that turf, but you guys did get to play on turf. So just a shout out to the 2020 Spartans, and hey, we wish them the best. They're Spartan. Once a Spartan, always a Spartan. But with us here today, we've got Kordell Brewster. Kordell was an offensive lineman for us. Then he went to Chaffey College for 2 years, and then ended up getting a full ride to the University of Louisiana, Lafayette, playing for the Raging Cajuns. Also with us, we have Aaron Rodgers. Aaron went to Avila University in Kansas City, Missouri, so he kind of was the first one to go away the distance. Aaron graduated this past December with his degree, and still in Missouri right now. And our third guest today is Nate Meadors. Nate went to UCLA right out the bat. Matter of fact, he graduated early from San G, had a quarter early, started UCLA, finished up actually in 3.5 years, got his degree, then stayed around his fourth year to finish off at UCLA. And then this past year, he played with the Minnesota Vikings. All right, guys. So at first, I'm just kind of curious about your guys' thoughts about the class of 2020 having to go through the coronavirus situation. What are your thoughts?
I'll be I would say that I experienced something pretty similar this past year. Even though I did graduate in December, I stayed out in Missouri because I was planning to walk this past May, but unfortunately all the corona stuff happened. So it's like I'm right there with you guys, just a different situation. But I would say don't let that really affect what you do from here on. Now, although that is something that's a big accomplishment, I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys' families is proud of you. Just use that as motivation to go to the next level and then perform.
Nate and Kordell, what's your guys' thoughts on the class of 2020, the high school kids?
I just think it sucks. This is a very special moment for a lot of students, not just in the Empire, but across the country. You only get this really like once in a lifetime opportunity to walk across that stage, and they won't ever get that back. But I feel like they should just be happy with the fact that they got to graduate, they got all their credits, they passed all their classes, and they're gonna move on to college. You move on to college, we're gonna get a job, but everything's said and done. And honestly, at the end of the day, I just wish they had the opportunity to walk across that stage and wear that cap and gown.
Yeah, no, just piggying back off what they're saying. I know it's definitely a disappointing feeling. I know when I was younger, looking forward to graduating high school and getting into the real world, but it's unfortunate circumstances that we're all dealing with. So, you just have to take it for what it is and just move forward. It's unfortunate, but it's just a graduation. They had to walk through graduation, but you guys will be all right. We're gonna make it through, and you guys are gonna keep going in life. So,
yeah, exactly. Hey, Nate, I was thinking of UCLA, John Wood, and one of his quotes are, "Things work out best for those who make the best of how things work out." So, hey, this is what we got dealt, so we got to make the best of it.
Exactly.
I hear you guys. All right, hey, let's jump back a little bit in Sanji history. We're going to take you guys back to your sophomore and your junior and senior years. Pull up your guys' records here and see what you guys think when think you can remember 6-7 years back. So this was your guys' sophomore season. So your sophomore season, you guys were 8-3. You were the second place team out of the San Andreas League. That year we got beat by Carter, so that's why we're the number 2 team coming out of our league. You guys were a bunch of sophomores at this time, playing probably different positions, necessarily what you guys finished as seniors. We played Talkwitz, and they put a little bit of a hurt on us that first year. I think probably Kordell remembers how big their line was compared to our line because you guys were all sophomores at that time.
Yeah.
But then your junior year, you guys stepped it up, man. Your junior year, you guys you're basically 12-0. You were 10-0 going through the regular season. You're undefeated. You went into that game at Norta Vista. Oops, sorry, go back one. You won that game at Norta Vista, one after the Thanksgiving. It was a killer tough loss. But you guys at that point proved that we could get there, we could do it. And then your guys' senior year, the bummer on your senior year, I don't know if you guys remember this or not, but you guys bumped up divisions. So you were in Division 8 when you guys were juniors and sophomores. And then your senior season, you guys jumped up to Division 5 when CIF did some re-leaguing stuff. And so we went through that season. We were 9-1. I think we only had one loss that year to Oak Hills on the road, although I do remember a great play that Nate made. I think it was on an interception. He chased the guy down from behind and tackled him at the goal line. But we lost that game.
Screen pass.
Yeah. Oh, was that what it was?
It was,
Yeah, we was on
it was
defense.
great. Yeah.
Then we, I didn't realize this. I kind of forgot, but we went to playoffs and we drew Cajon, who was a third place team from the CBL league, and you guys put a hurt on them, 55-7. It was kind of interesting because they didn't want to play us for a couple of years, and obvious reasons why when you guys were seniors they didn't want to play us because we put that hurt on them. But then we ran into Riverside Pauling in the quarterfinals. I don't know if you guys remember that game or not, but in that game we were actually down like 21-0 in the first quarter. It was crazy. And then you guys fought all the way back. We lost by only 5 in the end. I mean, you guys showed incredible character in that game, battling back. Nate, I don't know if you remember in that game, all their fans and their electric signs on the visitor side, they were chanting at Nate like overrated. But Nate proved it. Yeah. And I mean, you came through, dude, and I mean, you balled all out, and you proved that you needed to go to UCLA. So that was just awesome. So that was your guys' sophomore, junior, and senior years. Ironically, just kind of get you the idea. So this is our Spartan champions, and we've been on a roll. We've been on a roll for a while. You guys can see there in 2013-14, we got our first 2 league championships after a 10-year hiatus. We had a 30-year break before that happened. But you guys were actually the first championship of my AD time. I've been an AD now for 18 years, and your guys' seasons were awesome getting us going in football because everything revolves around football. But 2013-14, we went to 5 championships together. The 2019 championship's not up there yet. We didn't get a chance to put it on the banner before the COVID thing hit. But you guys can see what's happened. And ironically, it says CIF champs are made here. And even though you guys didn't get a CIF championship, I really believe that you guys laid the groundwork for the CIF championships to come. So you basically started it all off with your guys' run and getting those championships in the league going and getting to the semifinals and battling Pauly in the quarters. So let's kind of take it back and see what kind of thoughts you guys have on your time here at San G. Kordell, let's start with you. Honestly, I think your class was one of the best classes because of the offensive line that you were a part of. So talk a little bit about your offensive line.
About the offensive line, we all played as freshmen, obviously, all the way to our senior year. We stuck together. We created a bond that was unbreakable. We just put forth the effort each and every day. We were in tune with what was going on. We were like striving for greatness. We wanted to be the greatest. Like we knew, because honestly, as a freshman, like me coming in seeing the Ryan Hunter Sims, the Tavita, I was like, we got big shoes to fill. And like we all understood that, and we just came in each and every day, ready to work, ready to put forth all the effort and energy each and every day.
Yeah, it's interesting you guys say that.
Being offensive line. And being offensive line, knowing like who we had in the backfield, who were protecting the running backs, quarterbacks, Tyre, Nate, like we know we're special. We know with them we're gonna create some points. So we knew we had to do our job in order for them to do their job proficiently.
Exactly. You mentioned Ryan Hunter-Sims. It's kind of funny because if you go back a little couple more years, Paul Rodriguez and Ryan Hunter-Sims, they kind of led the way for you guys too, huh? You think about it.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, like me coming in as a freshman, before Coach G talked to me about like the scholarship, like, oh, he said you have the talent. And like I heard about Paul, never seen Paul, and I first seen Paul, like, wow, like I could be something like that. He went to San Diego State. That's a Division I school. He got a school paid for. Like that's something to look up to. So I feel like honestly, like, Paul kind of paved the way for the offensive lineman because, from my knowledge, I haven't heard anybody. Forgive me if anyone viewing this. I haven't heard anyone going like the Division I from the offensive line from San G. So
that's a real good point. That's it. Hey,
that
Nate. So part of your time you're at San G, you were our quarterback. Your senior year, you were our quarterback, and I think part of your sophomore year you did it too. So how important was the offensive line to you?
Oh man, them dudes was dogs up there, man. They made sure I was taken care of every game, and I had a good relationship with everybody on the line. So they made my life much easier, man. It was easy to come behind them and pass behind them. So I loved it. I came in at the perfect time, honestly.
Hey, Aaron, so going to you real quick. When did you realize that something special was happening at San G in football?
I would say early, it was pretty early on for me, and I think I look at it that way just because like how the freshman team was shaped. Coming in, freshman year, not being the biggest guy, the best guy out there, and just seeing my peers go to work and seeing the time they put in, like that was very meaningful to me. And then even watching the varsity team to where Monroe was the quarterback, like I definitely thought we had everything we needed to be successful. It was just a means of everybody get on the same page and just being disciplined. But I feel like I knew early on that we had that potential and that we had athletes on the team. It was just a matter of building that chemistry and coming together.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with that because I mean, most of the starters from our freshman team was starting our senior year, so like, just our class all put together. So man, I agree with that from our freshman year. I agree 100%.
How did your freshman team do? I don't remember.
I think
lost to what? Rev?
I think the only people we had trouble with was Rev and Colton.
And
Do we lose to Colton?
Yeah,
yeah. You guys were playing some big dogs back then.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we had a lot of competition back then.
Yeah, I think we went undefeated after that in our league games, and then we tied. Well, did we tie?
Yeah, we tied with Colton
at that last game. Yeah.
Hey, so far you guys are talking about how people in front of you kind of set the tone. You talked about Paul Rodriguez, Monroe Offield, Ryan Hunter-Sims. Then you guys come along and basically you guys do that same thing for the kids. The 2016-18 classes are talking about Nate Meadors and Kordell Brewster and Aaron Rodgers. And Aaron, you talk about how little you were, and it makes me laugh because I remember thinking, oh my gosh, this kid, he's not gonna make it at all in varsity. And by your senior year, you're all league and you're going and getting a college scholarship. So if anybody's proven anything to anybody,
man, it was a journey. I'll say that. It was definitely a journey. But like I said, I had a lot of people to look up to on the field, especially when it came to DBs. Nate Matthews, Nate Met, Alvin Biss, to name a few. But it was those people, that kept me on my toes and kind of kept me grounded and structured to know that when I had what it took and to just believe in myself, and that kind of helped shape me up into senior year to just being confident, having that confidence on the field, performing.
So reflecting back, I'll throw this one at Nate. Nate, what was the most memorable moment you had in San G football?
Man, most memorable. Maybe out of the playoffs because I think during that week, they was just talk. It was just so much trash talk. I think they had like a sign right before the game. You know, when you run onto the field, I forget what it says, but I knew it was something that I didn't like what they said. So I think just whooping him and claiming the San Bernardino crown was good for me and most memorable for me. I think.
There you go. Hi, Kordell, how about you?
Moment, I want to say, I'm trying to think. I feel like it's top three. I don't have an exact one, but I feel like when we finally beat either Ukaipa or Carter, because like I feel like they always look
Yeah,
down on us.
I was about
They
to say
always trash talked us, and then when we finally beat them, they just couldn't see us no more. And I feel like once they realized they was beat, I feel like for the next following years, we had their ears pinned, their tail tucked. Honestly, that was my most memorable moment. It felt so good, even though the first time we beat Kaipa, I believe it was a close game, but a win is a win. Carter
Yeah.
mopped them up.
Aaron, how about you?
I would probably have to agree with Kordell for the Kaiba game because it was just always so much tension when we played them, and you know, being from San Bernardino, I just felt like we had to win just to prove that we were worth something, you know. So getting that win and be able to perform, I think that was a good for us because it gave us that confidence.
So what do you guys think actually allowed you guys to pull those wins off? Like, yeah, Carter beat us pretty bad your sophomore year. Then you guys came back and returned the favor your junior year. Then we've always had battles with Ukaipa. So what do you think made the difference for you guys?
I feel like
Never.
Go ahead, Kordell.
All right, well, sophomore year, I feel like personally, like no one else gonna say it, but I'm gonna say it. I feel like people were nervous. Like, yeah, Kenny Clark, nose guard, for the Spartans right now. Like, I mean, that was the talk all week. Kenny Clark, and me. I was new to the offensive line. Everyone was worried about me, and I'm like, I'm not the one y'all be worried about. But I feel like that was it.
Hey,
but
I'm gonna interrupt
like,
you real quick.
They,
Kordell, hold off on that one because I know who was afraid of Kenny Clark. I was at Carter on the sidelines watching Kenny Clark pulling to a small defensive back named Nate Meadors, and Clark came pulling around and almost ran you over, Nate.
I wouldn't even hit my full puberty yet, man, dealing with him.
No, but I feel like at the end of the day, like, you know, we gotta play the game. I mean, they put their pants on in the morning just like we do, so
Exactly.
just strap it up and go out there. I mean, we took an L, but in the following year, like, I feel like we just grew as men, grew as a team, grew as a whole, and we just, as I said, just put forth the effort and really tried, and we had a positive outcome for the following years.
Yeah, you know what we always say, you earn your confidence. So, you know, you guys work hard, you put in the work, and then you have the confidence and the composure to come through when it's tough. So, Nate, Aaron, do you want to add to that?
Why we got those wins finally? I think we just grew up, you know, we got more discipline and understood what we need to do to get the victory. That's what I think us just getting better as a unit was the reason.
Mm-hmm.
We knew we could beat them. We just never could get it done. So we always had the talent to get it done. We just never succeeded. So once we finally did that, it was great.
All right. Hey, so I'm going to ask you guys a different type of question. So when one guy steps up and answers, the other two can think about it. If you had to redo something over again, what would you like to redo over at San G?
Man. Dang, that probably changed my whole life, Coach.
Man, but I'll answer first.
Go ahead, Nate.
I think I would have ran track. I would have ran track all 4 years. I would have ran for track all 4 years. I never really liked running. I never liked it. So, I mean, you know, I play football, you know, it's just like that wasn't fun for me. But I love watching it. But looking back, I could have got way faster. I could have been really fast. So
I think just running track would be one of my biggest things I wish I could redo.
That makes sense. All right. How about the other two guys?
Me, my grades, my GPA, I guess
Okay.
from what coaches, Coach G was telling me, I have the talent. Coaches thought I had the talent to go from the next level from high school. So I would have changed my grades, my approach in the classroom. Took it more serious, if I want to be honest. That's what I'll do over. That's honestly what I'll do over. I feel like that would have been a better outcome for me. I'm blessed with the outcome that I had. But that was probably the only thing.
I love these answers, guys. These are awesome. Aaron, how about you?
Thanks. I feel like I probably would have approached football in a different aspect, like coming in my freshman year. Because it's like I knew I loved to play and I always played it, but it's like at the same time, I didn't take it as serious until I knew I had to, you know?
Yeah.
So I definitely put more work in those first 2 years and just had that mindset to where I'm not really worried about what's going on around me, but just more drawed in on that goal and where I want to be.
Yeah, it's huge, setting goals in high school. So many kids don't realize it until it's too late. All right, hey, let's move on to college for you guys. So, Nate, I'm going to start with you. Talk to us about UCLA. I mean, what was it like playing for Mora and Kelly and rivalry with USC and just taking classes at a prestigious college like UCLA? What was it like?
It was a big change. I mean, I never really was outside of San Bernardino, so moving to Westwood was kind of a big thing for me. So I think overall, though, my experience was really good. I had fun. I was locked in doing what I needed to do. I graduated early, but man, I feel like I could go so many routes with this answer. It's just, I think overall, it was just a great experience for me. It shaped me into who I was today, and it gave me some knowledge that I didn't know coming out of high school, you know, especially with, you know, the things going on right now in the world. I learned a lot, actually, at UCLA. So I think just overall it was a great experience. But, I mean, the rivalry with USC, I mean, that was crazy. I remember my junior year when we played in the Coliseum. That was the craziest game I've ever been in. The lights were on. You know, I used to love USC back when I was younger, watching Reggie Bush. So just being able to actually play in there against USC, it was like, I don't know, like a dream come true, you know, with the spotlight on and all that. So I think just overall my college experience was really good. I had my hardships, but, you know, I was able to prevail and keep it going. And that's how I feel about it.
Nate, I like that actually, because believe it or not, I was at the Coliseum your freshman year when Juju drug you into the end zone.
Nah, that was Juju caught a pass on me, but that was, I forget his name. That boy was about 6'5",
yeah.
215. I was still 179, and he just mauled me in there. But it was what it was. It was a good catch. I ain't worried about him.
You know what though? You know what you said, and it's almost like in the end, I was in the Rose Bowl your senior year when you guys beat SC. It was just awesome. And the fact that you guys just never gave up, and you said you were locked in and you battled through. And I mean, for me being a UCLA fan all my life, and for you having not beat them the first 3 years and to get that win that fourth year, I was ecstatic for you.
Oh yeah, man. Once we finally got that dub, man, my college career felt great because that's all you need. You just needed at least one, man. And that's all I needed. I couldn't end without a win versus them. So that was one of the greatest feelings as well.
So Aaron, let's go to you. So we don't have much knowledge of Avila University in Missouri. So you go play in the NAIA, and you guys have rivalries there too. And the picture I had of you when I put up had you kissing a trophy. So you obviously had won something there. Talk to us about Avila.
So Avila is a smaller school in the greater Kansas City area, like South Kansas City. Football for Avila is fairly new. I would say it's been going on for about 2 decades now, like so early 2000s. And actually, my school never had a winning season, so transitioning over to a college team from going in high school, we were winning. We had winning records, but going to a team who didn't have a winning record, and it was a smaller schools. I definitely would say it humbled me a lot and let me see things for what they were. And it challenged me in an aspect is I had to find ways to not only where I'm gonna help myself but help my team out because I've never been in this position before. So it was quite interesting. My first 2 years, or actually, what was it? My first 3 years, we didn't have a winning record. My third year, or my second year, we went on 11. So it was plenty of challenges. But my senior year, we ended up having the best record in school history. Set it up for the people to come. Last season, they had a really good record. We was one game away from winning actually our league championship. I would not. That picture you speak of is actually on homecoming, and the last play we had a fumble recovery for a touchdown. So was it was a big game. But I think coming out here and coming to Avila, it definitely shaped me into the man I am today. But it's a great school as far as football and academics as well. Being able to have those one-on-one interactions with my professors, I feel like definitely kept me on track when it came to school, and just being in a whole different setting, like a whole different state. Because honestly, I couldn't even show you where Kansas City, Missouri was on the map before I came out here. So just being in a whole different environment and being able to like kind of find myself, that was my journey and my experience through college. From the football level, just being able to overcome and persevere and not give up, because each year, not winning and going through different things on and off the field, it could get discouraging, but just keeping that faith and keeping that drive to keep on going and knowing that at the end of the day, okay, we might not win a championship, but we was better than yesterday. I think that's kind of the mindset I had on an everyday basis, and it helped me get through.
So, Aaron, you got any special advice? I mean, we've got Ronald Williams that's headed to Sioux City, Iowa. He's going to Briarcliff University, kind of in the same situation as you. So, you got any advice there for Ronald?
I'll keep it real, just because like on my journey, like being 17, coming to a whole different state, not having no family within miles, I would say you just got to be headstrong and you got to believe in yourself. There will be times you feel doubtful or feel like things might not work out, but it's all a part of the process of life. Nobody ever jumps from point A to point C. You got to think about the in between and the journey in between and just enjoy it. Even if it's challenging, enjoy that time in between, because that's what's going to make you, kind of who you are and drive you to the success that you want.
That makes sense. All right, Kordell, so I'm going to jump over to you. So you had a different route. You went JC first. You kind of mentioned earlier that maybe because of grades, you didn't jump first into the bigger football. So talk to us a little bit about going the JC route, what your experience was, because it's probably a good way to go for some kids. So what was your experience with going the JC route and then ending up at Louisiana, Lafayette?
Honestly, me going the JC route, it was honestly like a little bit like overwhelming because I had like different options and multiple junior colleges were recruiting me. I didn't know like really who to talk to, who to believe in a sense, like But at the end of the day, I just followed my gut feeling. Kiyoshi Harris, he was my junior college recruiter. He gave me the rundown and everything, and he sold me to Chaffey. And honestly, it was one of the best moves I've made. But going to junior college, it wasn't easy because going from high school straight to junior college, Chaffey's about like 30 minutes away in Rancho. Trying to find it right there, trying to get books. Like you're just on your own in a way. Like it's time to grow up. Like, it's not like in high school. Okay, it's time to go to the library, go get your books. You gotta go buy your books. It was difficult. Didn't have that much. it's just saying, well, not really saying, popular term, JUCO struggle or JUCO product. It just breeds you to be, like Aaron said, be strong-minded, independent in a way, because it's I recommend it. I recommend it to everybody because not everyone's a Division I player out of high school. And honestly, going there, you get to develop. You never know where you're gonna end up. I never thought I was gonna end up in the state of Louisiana, but I did, all the way from Chaffey. When I got there, the transition was everything was much faster. And then once I got to college, it seemed like everything slowed down. Everything was easier. Everything was simpler. There was more like supplies, much more resources for me. I felt better. It was a huge culture shock, but honestly, that's something I feel like I really needed. It's something I feel like I really needed. It helped me grow up, learning like, okay, like, all right, you messed up one time. Here's another opportunity. Like that's how I could word it. That's how I could put it.
It seems like hey, everybody's path is different.
Yeah, and I just encourage you. I feel like it's a good route. All my boys and everything, they all benefit from it. At the end of the day, you're just trying to get that education, that 4-year degree. And just because you don't get it out of high school does not mean your opportunities are done. There's a lot of opportunities out there. You just have to find it. You just have to find them. I was just blessed that I found that opportunity. It was honestly one of the best moves I think I could have made. I don't regret it. I'm just thankful for what I've done for myself. Taking the junior college route, full ride scholarship to Louisiana Lafayette, and going to complete my degree.
Kordell, I have to ask you because I saw on your Facebook, does Gator really taste good?
Yes, Gator is amazing. It is amazing. I love it. When I found a spot out here in California they sell Gator at Bass Pro Shops. Oh man, I have to get me some fried Gator. Fried Gators. I mean, I actually caught an alligator. That was I like fishing and stuff. So Louisiana was like a great place for me, outdoorsy guy. I actually caught an alligator, but I didn't eat it. I threw it back. It's actually good. It's actually some really good meat. And then they have like this little special sauce you gotta dip it in. Oh, it's amazing.
Oh man, over there frying gator.
Frying gator. I don't think Nate's gonna run into any gators in Minnesota. So
go into some bird or squirrels.
All right, hey, let's jump to where you guys are at now. Your current status and kind of what your plans are for the future. Aaron, let's start with you. So your current status and what's your plans for the immediate future?
All right, so my current status, I've been out of school for about 6-7 months now. I've been working at Mazuma Credit Union as a relationship advisor for the past 1.5 years. I'm actually in my work clothes. So, if you need a loan or a check approved, I'm the guy. Nah. But I've been, since the Corona thing, I was actually supposed to be heading back to California a couple of days ago. I was supposed to be moving back, but I'm going to elongate my stay out here and, see for some future opportunities. I'm looking to go back to school this fall for my master's degree in business finance. Not too excited about it just because I'm gonna have to do a lot more math than I have to do on a regular basis. But it all comes with it. But at the same time, I'm still following my dreams, making music, just trying to stay out the way and adjust to this adult life because I will tell you one thing: school don't teach you just about life in general. So, it's how to be an adult. It's a process.
Yeah, I honestly, school doesn't always teach you about it, but sometimes does sports.
Yeah, no, I definitely have some things as far as like that I learned from football that I apply to my everyday life, and a big part of it is just discipline, and setting those goals. Because if you're not disciplined, setting goals, it's kind of like, what are you doing? Do you have a purpose, or what do you want to do next? What are you driven by? What's going to drive you? You know.
Gotcha. All right, hey Kordell, how about you? So what are your current plans and what's going on?
Current situation. I'm looking to actually apply at Bass Pro Shops. I was actually at the beginning of the year. I was playing arena football. I was blessed with the opportunity to get to play football again, and I was taking advantage of that. Due to the coronavirus, they canceled the season, and then I was supposed to be playing another season. It was a league that didn't get canceled. It was also arena ball, but they eventually canceled. They canceled a few weeks ago, and I've just been really just looking for work. I was working out here in Highland Walmart just to like have something to do. I couldn't just sit at home. And now currently I'm actually enrolled back in Louisiana, Lafayette, finishing my degree. And then multiple teams are hitting me up to play for them next season. So I'm still kind of, in a sense, dream chasing and just working and going to school, just doing a few things at once and just keeping a good head on my shoulders about everything, trying to stay positive about everything, just hoping this coronavirus blows over and get everyone's lives back to normal so everything will just be smooth sailing, no interruptions in life.
How many more units you got left?
3.
3 units? So that's just one class left for you?
Yeah, 1 class left.
All right, dude, well, knock it out, man. Once you get it done, you got that degree, no one can take it away from you.
Facts.
Hey, so Kordell, what's the chances of getting you on the CNG sideline?
High chance. I'm looking forward to it. I just been working and then class. But once this Corona stuff blows over, I'm looking forward to giving back to my community, giving back to the younger Sanji players. It's crazy because the Sanji players are like, see me around town. Oh, aren't you gonna coach for us? I'm like, like, oh, I remember you. Like, yeah, you coach Kordell. Like, I heard all about you. Like, you used to do this. You went to. I'm like, wow, like it's crazy. Like, and so I feel like it'll be a good opportunity for me to come back and hopefully they look up to me and in a sense be like me or even be better than me. Man, you went to Division I school out of San G. Like I want to do that too. So it's a go. It's a go. It's something I really want to do.
They'll look up to you because you can lead by example. You'll be all good.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, Nate, before you close out there. So what's your current status? I saw an update on ESPN there a little bit ago. So where you headed? What you doing? What's your plans?
Right now I've just been working out, enjoying my extra family time I'm getting right now. I've been back home since COVID started. I've been back home just enjoying time with them. But like you said, July 28th, we're back to training camp. Man, I'm excited to see how that's gonna go with everything going on. But yeah, hopefully we have the season going on, so I'll go back to Minnesota probably mid-July, maybe just go get accustomed to that time, train again, and see where the season goes, man. It's gonna be crazy to see how they control the virus within all these teams. So hopefully we get it done, man. We get through season. We give the fans something they can watch and be entertained with. So I'm excited to go back.
So what's the key to you and your mental mindset on being successful? Because you're kind of battling for a spot in the 53-man roster, and it's an entirely different level of play. So what do you got to do to make yourself?
I think this, staying headstrong like these guys have been talking about. It's your livelihood, so a little different. You gotta really lock in because there's guys coming to take your spot each and every day. So I think just continuing to grow every day in any way I can is going to help me. So yeah, I think just being disciplined and being willing to grow in any way is key for me. But I'm feeling really good about where I'm at right now. So I'm excited for this season coming up. Honestly, it's going to be fun.
Well, good deal. Honestly, we're excited for you, to tell you the truth. I can never wear purple, but I'll put on Vikings purple.
Hey, man. Hey, I'll take whatever you can get, man. That's all right.
All right. Hey, so, and wrapping this thing up with you guys, I want to do a couple of words of wisdom, word association. So I'm going to throw out a word to you. Just kind of tell me, what it means to you or how the kids should apply these words to their lives. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, word one, coachable.
Ooh.
Be coachable, have an open mind.
I'll start this one off.
Go ahead, Aaron.
Kordell, you got it.
All right, Kordell.
My bad. Being coachable, listen to who's teaching you, trust, believe in the process, and just believe whoever teaches you, putting you in the best position to succeed as possible.
All right, Aaron.
I'll say being able to take constructive criticism. Don't take it to heart, but use it as motivation, and always know that if you're gonna be cool for a reason, it's a reason to be better.
All right, Nate. How about you? You got some pretty headstrong coaches.
I think just being coachable, man, it's essential. There's just to give an example, there's guys that are all pros that still learn something new every single day. Coaches up there still learning something new every day. So these kids are in high school. Some probably think they know everything. So just to put that in perspective, it's like you can never know too much, man. There's always something to learn, and you have to trust those guys that are leading you in the right direction. So understanding, like Aaron said, constructive criticism, you have to accept it, man. They're just trying to help you out. So that's how I feel about the word coachable.
All right. So our current head coach, which I think actually coached you guys maybe one year when he was defensive coordinator, Coach McClure.
Yeah, that was
So Coach McClure, one of his key words are legacy. What does legacy mean to you guys?
Go ahead, Kordell. Go first now.
Yeah, Nathan, good. Go ahead, go first.
Legacy, I think legacy is just how people remember you. Are they going to remember you for being somebody who was always BSing around and not locked in on what they need to do, or are you going to be remembered for the guy who was helping others, always on his P's and Q's? So I think legacy, man, it's who you are. It's who you end up being once your time is up on this earth. So you have to make the most of every day, man. Legacy a good one, or it'll be tarnished when you're gone. So I think just leaving a good legacy is crucial.
Aaron, Kordell?
I say I like to legacy. I put in kind of the same category as person's character in a sense, because that's how you see it on an everyday basis, and people are remembering you because of those certain characteristics you had, and how you held yourself as your time on here. So I mean, legacy is definitely something that you want to be remembered by, like Nate said, and just you as a person, your character. What are you known for? What is something that when you look at somebody, you see that in them, and like, I could depend on this person for this, or this person is known for that. Like, it's definitely something that's extremely important.
You guys are lucky because you're a lot younger than me, so my legacy is almost done. You guys have a lot of time to make your legacy. Kordell, how about you? You want to kick in on legacy?
I want legacy. Leave your mark. Make yourself remembered. Do you want to be remembered positively or negatively? Like class of 2015, we left a positive mark. We went to semifinals. I don't think it's ever been done prior to us. And then moved up divisions. We put up we made history, put up points, most games won. So that's why I said leave your mark. Set the tone for the future.
Set the tone
for the ones to come.
All right, hey, let's go to one. I got two more words for you. So this next word is compete. What does compete mean to you guys?
I think Yeah, I said I go compete. I mean, it's a lifestyle, man. I think it brings out the best in everybody with competition. I think that just bringing your A game every single day with no matter what it is, and knowing that you just need to keep on growing and competing with everybody you come across and that you want to beat, man. It's kind of made to be a race to the top, and you kind of just want to be competing with yourself, honestly, and becoming the best person you can be. So I think just competing is crucial to everybody's life. And if you're not competing, then you're just dwindling down and not trying to grow as a person, you know. So that's how I feel about the word compete.
Kordell?
It's not just like Neil saying. It's not just it's really not just sports. It's in life, each and every day. You gotta give it your best. If you don't give it your best, you're gonna lose. You versus yourself. You versus somebody. That's all I really got to say about it. About competing. Give it your best. Give it all your effort. That's all you can do. And yeah, that's really what I got for people.
And just to piggyback off of them, if I feel like if you're not competing, then you're losing. You know, you're not really caring about what's to come. So I live my life, a competitive lifestyle, and not even in a way to where I'm always competing with those around me, but just challenging myself, being able to far I could go. You gotta have those challenges, and in order to overcome those challenges, you gotta compete. So definitely something that I apply in my everyday life.
All right, guys. So our last word I got for you guys is champion. But what does the word champion mean to you guys?
Champion is like completing your goals, coming out on top, being the best you possibly can be, being the best in your group, your area, being number one, just knowing like there's no one else on your level, being a champion, knowing how much, like knowing you worked hard for it, knowing like you're just the best. Number one is you can't be two people at the top, just you or your group of people. You know, your preparation was on point to get to where you're at.
Nate, you gonna kick in on
that? I definitely feel like.
Oh, Aaron, go ahead.
Go ahead, Aaron. I'll go after you.
Oh, but I was just gonna say I definitely feel like champions have went through every emotion just about, and they overcome those emotions to get to where they are, and that's why they're champions. They're able to conquer whatever that emotion is in order to be where they're at. So they got that perseverance, they got the right mindset, and they're good people overall.
All right, Nate, bring us home. What does it mean to be a champion?
I think just being a champion is just, accomplishing all the goals you set for yourself or, for instance, for your team, and just getting them all done and being at the top and feeling satisfied with those goals that you set. So if you're on a team, you guys have, of course, the ultimate goal of winning the championship. There's ups and downs during the whole season, and once you hit all those goals that you have during that season, and once you get that championship, then you're a champion. You hit all your goals. You got through everything that you were dealing with, ups and downs, and you're a champion. Or even in the business world, if you and your team or you and your coworkers, you guys set certain numbers you guys want to hit during the year, and by the end of the year you hit those numbers, you're a champion because you accomplished those goals through the ups and downs. So I think just champion is just having those goals you have and getting them done and feeling satisfied with what you're able to do. Champion.
All right. Hey, honestly, guys, all three of you dudes are champions. Appreciate the example that you guys have set for our Spartans and those guys coming after you that, like you said, the guys ahead of you that set the path. So appreciate all you guys have done. Wish you guys the best of luck. Nate, be safe. Playing football is going to be tough with this Corona stuff going on, so we're definitely pulling for you. Aaron, come back home when you can. Can't wait to see you. Kordell, hope to see you on the San G sideline sooner than later. All right, guys? Hey, we're going to kick out here real quick with a share on the screen, and I'm going to close this thing out. There's our football champions. And just thanks a lot. I really appreciate everybody for joining us today. San G, wow, words of wisdom. Episode number 1, 5 years later, class of 2015. Quite arguably, maybe one of the best classes we've ever had at San G football. So thanks for sharing with us, guys, and hope that everybody's safe and healthy during these times.
Appreciate it. Appreciate you having us on here, man. Having us talk. G-Mob.
Thank you, Coach.
Hey.
Go Spartans.
All right, guys, you got it. Thank you, boys.